Alright folks, another quick video. I'm on about the third free car that I got. Um, I actually got it a couple of months ago, I think now, but it's just been loaned out to people that have needed a car over winter, or just because the cars have broken down and they've had to go back to the dealerships to get sorted and stuff like that. So anyway, my brother-in-law was the last person to borrow it because his Astra VXR, the new one, gave him a lot of grief. It was in and out of the garage and it had a new timing chain and everything. It was still under warranty, so it was nothing I could. There was no point in me looking at it. And then he got it back. It was a few grand later, and it was just this. It just went back to. It was missing. I think he said it was. Losing power all the time, so he just got rid of it and he traded it in and got himself a Volkswagen Amarok, the big Jeeps. Pretty cool actually. So he was using it for, well, I think he had it about a month or so. So he brought it back over Christmas, and now I'm finally getting onto it. But I just went to start to bring it into the garage and stuff, and the starter's buggered, so it won't start. It's just turning the starter. And on Vauxhall engines, the starter's down the back, so you can't get to it to give it a little tap. It's quite difficult. It's easy from underneath, but so already we've got jobs to do on it. So I'll just let you see it. I mean, it's not a supercar or anything like that, but it is a free car, so here it is. So it's mostly a Corsa D. It's a 1.2 twin port. It's the design model, which is supposed to be top of the range, but it's got half leather interior. It's about the only thing it has. So yeah, I've actually looked after this car for a few years now, so I know it quite well. I've done a few videos on this. Actually, one of my most viewed videos is a Corsa crank oil seal, which is, I did it on this, and it's still dry, so that's good. But I knew of a job that I wanted to do before I loaned it out, which was this coolant bottle's filthy. It's always been filthy. And I don't ever remember doing a coolant change on this. I might have done, but I can't remember. So I want to replace that bottle and do a coolant flush and change on it. But now I'm going to obviously have to sort the starter motor. I'll have to get a new one, but they're not expensive. It needs a good clean. It's been up in Aberdeenshire, up in the back and beyond, the middle of nowhere, so sort of farm, rural areas, so it's filthy. But I mean, it's a good car. It drives well. It's getting to an age where it's got a few flaws, so the door mirror needs replaced. Just the glass. It needs a good clean inside. The driver's seat's seen better days. So I'm not just because I fix Vauxhalls and stuff. I'm not really interested in what specs have what trim and features. I just don't care enough. Long ago, when it was Calvis and Corsas and stuff like that, same with the Ford world in the 90s. You know, the XR3000 and RS Tower. You could always tell just by the colour of the strip on the side of the car. And it did, in them days, it did mean something. The trim level was different. Whereas now, it just doesn't, I don't know what the difference is. It's just, God knows. Like I seen an Astra SRI, the new models, and a SXI and SXI Plus. I mean, what's the difference with any of that stuff? They all have alloy wheels nowadays. They've all got the same seats, maybe a different pattern on them. It's not like it just doesn't mean what it used to mean long ago. So I think the only thing about this being a design is it has the half leather interior and the piano black trim, and it's got an aux point, which I just noticed the other day. Apart from that, I don't know. Probably it's design specific alloy wheels or something like that. But it's just the same as any other Corsa, really. It's not. Anyways, I'm moaning about something that's probably 30 years past now. Trim levels. How sad. Anyways, glove boxes were broken. That's an easy sort. It's got 124,000 miles on the clock. It runs well. I did have sort of fire it up and everything when I got it. I mean, it drove here okay. It was all right. I'm just gonna blame my brother-in-law, because every car he gets he wrecks. Yeah, it's not really his fault, but I'm gonna blame him anyway, because someone's got to be to blame, and it can't be me. So apart from that, so we'll say door mirror glass, glove box, probably wants a good service. I do have all the service history from this, from when I did it. Coolant change, coolant bottle, the bonnet, like most Corsa Ds, seen better days. Plenty stone chips on the front. Fog lights are, well, that one's okay. This one's seen better days. Yeah, I did the brakes. I've done rear springs not long ago on it. I can't remember when the MOT's out. I'll have to find out. Yeah, so just a good clean and a little bit of a valley of detail maybe. So the plan is, or was, that the missus was going to sell her Fiat. So if you've seen the last video, was servicing that and stuff, and she was going to just use the Corsa, because the used car market today has gone a bit mental. So I mean, most people will know by now that if you go into a We Buy Any car or something like that, they offer you really good money for your motors. I know a lot of my mates have sold their Golf GTIs, Golf Rs and stuff, because they've just been offered crazy money for them, so why wouldn't you? And it's a bit similar with this, getting offered about 5.5 for it, but we only paid 6.5 for it just over 2 years ago, so it's alright, isn't it? But now that the starter's knackered on this thing, I know that when I tell the missus, she's going to automatically think that it's an unreliable car. So we'll go and see how that goes. But I'll probably keep it anyways. It's a cheap car, everything's cheap to sort on it, everything's cheap to get, it's readily available, it's cheap to run, it's cheap to tax. Yeah, so but if I keep it and the missus doesn't use it, it'll probably sit around the back next to the GSI and next to the Astra van that I don't use. And now I've started looking for an L200. So, oh god. Anyway, so let's quick look at the car. I'm going to try and push it onto the ramp and sort the starter out. I don't think I've got any starters left in my store. I think I got rid of everything, so I'll have to order one. But I'm going to give it the I'm going to get up on the ramp, take the wheels off and give it a good once over and see what's needed and what's potentially needed, and I'll have to check the MOT and all that. So yeah, that's it. Another rubbish video probably of me rambling about a cheap, crappy Vauxhall. Entertaining as ever. I know I would like to watch that stuff, but I love crappy old Vauxhalls, so I'm sure there's more of you out there. There's more people like me out there that love this stuff, but still yet to find me. Anyways, I'll come back in the next video and update you with what it needs and what the what the missus said, and then we'll go from there. All right, cheers guys, cheers for watching, appreciate it. Ta-da.